Alright, if you want to keep watching, that's fine. That is fine and dandy by me. Now see, I can't, now I have to do it with my left hand. But I'm going to try to mimic doing it the same way as I did with my right. As I come back down there, hold it tight and not pushed in too much, a little bit out, and keeping a tightness at the bottom left, my finger at this right angle. Okay? Okay, so make sure my angle at the tip is correct. And I'm just gonna put my bead on there. I'll go back and forth like that. It just kind of helps. You can go one bead if you want, like that, you know. But if you're not too good with your caulking gun, you can try it like this. Just showing you different ways you can do this. Right. Wiping my tip off. I always press this a couple extra times. I don't get too much of that over. I'm gonna hold it at this angle I was saying. See all that extra? I mean, there's just no two ways about it. You gotta keep wiping that stuff off, the excess off as you go. See, now I got it right how I want it. And now I'm going to continue over here. Wipe off my excess. There we go. I'm going to take my sponge, wipe my finger off. Now that's helping to clean off any excess on the tile, on the tub. And I can leave it like that. But like I say, you want an extra special job. You come back a few days later, take your scouring pad and maybe clean off any little bit of excess. Okay? I mean, you want to get enough of this off, because you don't want to. The last thing you want to do is if you're going to clean it later, you've got to know that you're only going to be able to do so much before it starts balling up and getting into your other caulk line. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to do an extra special job of making sure I don't have to do that. This is kind of tricky to go around a inside corner. I mean, it's not that bad. I just have to kind of hold my finger a funky angle. Get my excess off here. I better make sure I don't get it on my sweatshirt. Yeah. Oh, that was a good go there. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Rinse my sponge off. And my hand's pretty wet. I've got my rag out here. I don't want my hand too wet, because then it's gonna rub a lot of the caulking off as I'm putting it on. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's not what I want to do here. Okay, so instead of me putting it straight on, because I've got the tip, I've got to try to do this one to here, and then this coming back, so I hope I don't hit my my end of this handle on the tile here. Okay, so I'll just go this way. If I was outside the tub, I could do it more easily. But then you wouldn't be able to see it, would you? As easily. Okay. That gives me about the same layer all the way if I just rub it back and forth. It's almost a no-brainer at that point. Okay. Pressure down on the tub, sticking it at the angle. That gives me a nice bead there. I gotta do the same thing coming back this way. More pressure on the tub, not the wall. Okay? More pressure on the tub, not the wall. Just kind of letting my finger run along the tile. I'm not really depressing on the tile, hardly anything. Okay. Now I can just this one feels really good. Okay. And I'm definitely going to take this sponge and go over my tiles, because I don't know if you watched the last segment, but I actually used the caulking for some areas on the grout that were missing, and I wiped it in there as best I could, but no matter what you do, you're going to get some on the outside. And I first was trying to wipe it off with the sponge, and then it was getting over into my next line and my next line, and the caulking wasn't lining up very good. And so I'm just going to wait a couple days, then I can come back and go on the outside of all the tile where my grout, where my caulking is, feel it, because I want it all nice and smooth. Same type of thing we're talking about on the tub, okay? But yeah, that's looking good. There's one little spot right there. I don't know if you saw that. Said, hey Joe, what about that? Now, you're gonna get stuff like maybe one tile's higher than another, and you're just gonna have to make your judgment on how thick of the caulking to put on. Okay, I'm looking good here. Thanks for joining me. See there? Look at that. Doesn't that look nice on the bottom? It's all nice and clean. It looks like a new tub installed, doesn't it? Almost. And the caulking that I put in the grout lines in different areas, I did this whole area. The vertical lines and the horizontal lines, the inside corner and all that. And I had to do some on this wall over here, and some sporadic areas over here, as well as down over there. I'm looking at this whole thing now, and it looks really good. Okay, see there? And so now I've got to do the same thing on the outside of the tub. See, don't forget that. Here's the tile here, and I had to clean off around there. The grout, some grout was missing, and some of the silicone they had in here was loose. So I cleaned it all off with a razor blade and wiped it all down. I haven't cleaned this edge. And this edge here, this is almond tub and a white tub surround. Well, I call it a tub surround. It's the doors. The sliding doors, it's got the trim all the way around. That's white. So I'm gonna do the almond around the tub, you know, just from here down. And then between the floor and here, they had caulking there too, and I cleaned that all up. Some of it was loose, some of it was cracked, some of it was missing. And so now I've got to do a nice job around that. And I got to make sure, I'll put some in this little cavity area here too, but I won't go any further than that. See, I should caulk the bottom of this too, but then this is going to be white caulking to here. That's going to be the almond from here over, okay? And see this? See all that there? Gotta do that almond up to there and up along the tub. And the caulking just finishes it off over here, right? I'm gonna do that over there. And then I'll do the white from here this way. And I won't do the white today. I have to do that another time because I wanna let the almond dry all the way. And see, then I'll hit this crack here too with the almond. Okay? All right. Do a good job now.